I very much would have gotten a politics degree. I think that in this department, you learn critical thinking. I think that we write more than a lot of departments. We have to, critically read, write. I know Dr. Curry had us write read a whole book and sum it up in 2 pages. And honestly, like, I do a lot in work like that. You get a business plan this thick and you have to sum it up in a 2-pager. So I think there are a lot of transferable skills that the politics department offers, a lot of really talented faculty that give you what you need. There we go.
Yeah, I could probably echo the same thing in regard to the writing. I probably couldn't stress enough how important writing is in work and in business, and being concise and clear, and being able to take something large and put it into very, very few words, because the people that read it only have time to really read it in just maybe a minute or two. And so the writing aspect is so critical. The other thing that may be small, but I found very comforting was when I started my job with RARE and was working in an accounting system. It was really similar to SPSS. And so when you go through research methods and go through coding variables and assigning variables to numbers, that's almost exactly how accounting is. And so I found it really transferable to take the logic of SPSS and apply it to our accounting system. And so if you think that you might never use it again, your knowledge of that, SPSS isn't the only place you're going to find that kind of computer-based logic language.
And just, sorry, I'm going to interrupt for a second. And just because we're not in fields that are 100% politics, it's not that it doesn't show up in places. And I was telling Dr. Larman earlier, I was pulled from retail to work on a project regarding recyclable bag taxes. And our company wants to move toward a more sustainable image, because that's what's driving the market. That's what customers want to see now. So they were like, well, you have a master's in public policy. Let's, where are these bills? What's the likelihood that the state of Massachusetts is going to see a bag tax in the next 2 years? How likely is it that the state of Maine is going to want to, do the same thing, and how are we going to have to adapt to that as a business? So that's currently what I'm doing. So my degree is in, I'm not just doing business.
As I get into middle age, my memory becomes more and more fragmented, but I do remember the first class I took with Dr. Harles. It was History of Political Thought over in Klein, on the 2nd floor or something. I don't know if you even have classes over there anymore, but an old non-air conditioned room. And one of the first things he told us in our first class was, he explained, political science is often called the master science, because that's, without politics, without some kind of government structure, it all falls apart. So it all depends on having some type of political structure in place. And then we started, I guess, with Plato, if I remember right, and all the way up through the philosophers, and John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, John Stuart Mill, and so forth, Karl Marx, and all the way through, covering different levels of thought and the development of thought through the years. And having that kind of bird's eye view of things really, as Courtney and Jason said, really helps put things in perspective. And I'd add to that, as you become what I might call, at the risk of stereotyping, a professional, whether you're in law or medicine, or in my case, financial services, you become a part of you can join a professional organization. I work for architects. They have the American Institute of Architects, the AIA. In my present business, it's NAIFA, the National Association of Insurance and Financial Professionals. We belong to that organization. We pay our dues. That organization looks out for us. They lobby state legislatures, Congress, and so forth to advance bills and laws that protect our industry. And having that type of knowledge of how the political system works, the political process works, is very helpful as you get into your profession and you become more involved in leadership roles in whatever career path you take. So certainly having that background, that understanding gives you, I think, a deeper appreciation of what's going on around you. The only thing I might have changed is I probably would have taken more classes from a business angle, probably more law classes. I only took one class with Dr. Morrison. I wish I'd had the opportunity to take more from him. Dr. Curry took a sabbatical my 1 year, so I missed out on taking a few classes with him. But still, if I'd taken a few more business, a few more law classes, that probably would have been helpful as I went forward. But still, I greatly appreciated the opportunity I have to take the classes I did take and to earn my degree.
I'm not gonna lie, politics doesn't enter into my job on a direct basis, but at the very least, it gave me a lot of knowledge that I wouldn't have had otherwise, which I use to relate with the people that I see on a regular basis. Most of our clients are American, but we have clients from all over the English-speaking world and really all over Europe and Asia as well. And people feel at home when you know something about their home. People are willing to open themselves up to you a little bit more when you can relate to them and say, I know a little bit about your country, or your capital, your president, this or that, and at the very least, politics opened me up to that. And just speaking to people in general, the debates that we had in class, defending your thought or opinion, that, I mean, I think that helps out in every job, but definitely in the industry of tourism, because you're talking all the time, all day to, again, people from all around the world, and that gives you more confidence, and people obviously enjoy having a confident leader, but it just makes you seem like a more well-rounded person as well.